How can two businesses with very similar financials perhaps end up receiving very different offers?
Buyers, not only do they look at the financials, but they look at perceived risk. And so perceived risk goes beyond the financials. For example, if a business is too dependent on the owner, then the buyer will not look favorably upon that because, of course, in the majority of cases, the owner exits the business. So what's left from a management standpoint? That's a key aspect. Of course, location matters, geography matters. In other words, if you're in a more rural area, that may not be looked at as favorably from a buyer. If you're in an area where the buyer already has some geographic concentration, and that will actually work in your favor, simply because it allows the buyer to have oversight and some economies of scale. And of course, there are other factors as well, such as, looking at your social profile online. If a resort has hundreds of reviews with a really strong Google score, that actually is very favorable versus, let's say dozens of reviews and a mediocre social score. In both cases, the businesses are highly saleable. It's just the one with the higher score, the better reviews, the urban location, geographic density, non-owner dependence, a lease that can be transferred. Those are all going to matter in terms of how a buyer actually calculates what they're willing to pay for that business.